Good evening, everybody. This is Popeye Live, October 25th, 2021, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And welcome to the program. And David, are you still not seeing anything on your screen? Because you should. I know that it's working, because I checked them both. So we are simulcasting tonight on both Rumble and YouTube. Yep. We're simulcasting, and when we get to the point where we're going to be talking about something that YouTube's not going to like, we're going to tell everybody, hey, we're over at Rumble, because we will discontinue the podcast when we get to that point. But we're a ways from that, everybody. We're a ways from that. So hang in there with us as we discuss events of the day. Now, okay, I see you see me now. Okay, it takes about a minute from when I start the stream to when you see it, when it appears on your screen. So it takes about 60 seconds. But that's the way it is. Actually, that's the way it is on both Rumble and YouTube. And of course, we are recording this as it goes out, just in case something goes haywire. So we record at the same time too. So that being explained to you, let's continue on. And I do want to bring up Milam County real quick. We are going to put another ad in the newspaper down there, and it's going to be aimed at the Judge Young, who should do the right thing. Patrick was writing legal per Texas law, and let me tell you, that should have never happened. He should have never been arrested. He should have never been on a 3-year ride through the court system there. So we're going to pay close attention to this judge, and we're going to let the citizens of Milam County know all about him. We're keeping an eye on him. But he needs to step up and do the right thing. Now, there are several other things that I'm checking on him about. But we'll talk about that in future broadcasts. Yeah. We will. But, man, it's a Monday night. And let me tell you, we've had a weekend of more of the same. But I want to bring up this point to everybody. This point. The supply chain is not getting any better, and it may be getting worse. And this may run into 2022. More than likely it will. That's what all the talking heads are saying right now. But I wanted to point this out because as I was hearing all this weekend, I got to thinking about, because it especially affects toys. Let me say this. So I got to thinking about, hey, if you're planning a toy run or planning on participating in one, there are warnings of toy shortages. And what we're saying to you is to get out there and buy those toys now that you might want to pass on as Christmas presents. Because what we're finding out now, and I'm fixing to show you a video of a toy shop that closed and why. They even had the support of the community and they ended up having to close their doors because they couldn't get supply. What was their dream now is gone. Is gone. But let me show you this video real quick. Let me show it to you. I've got them numbered now. And that would be, okay, here we go. And I'm going to turn off the sound as I flip this around and let you see it for yourself. And you may have already seen this, but I thought it was interesting.
Inspired by almost 6-year-old JoJo's love for toys, Elijah Lefferts and his wife moved to Connecticut from California with their son to follow a dream, creating a toy store that would make everyone feel welcome.
We got tired of going to the big box stores and, nobody really cared. It was kind of a cold environment.
So in the spring of this year, JoJo's Toys and More opened its doors. The pandemic and its effects seemingly in the rearview mirror.
Everything was looking great. We were excited. We peeled off all the arrows on the floor and all the spacing and distancing stuff. And nobody, in my opinion, I don't know, but nobody saw this coming.
Supply chain issues driving up the cost of products, bringing the small business to a halt.
At the end of September, maybe mid to end September, something that would have cost us $3.74 went up to $12.99. On average, it's about 75 days to get product from the time you order to get it right now.
Brian Marks, a senior lecturer in the economics department at the University of New Haven, says a labor shortage at all levels of the supply chain is contributing to that problem.
In the case of the toy industry, many of the toys have been manufactured and produced outside the United States. And as we've seen, there's been a bottleneck at the harbors to actually offload the supplies.
It's affecting everyone from small businesses to the big box stores.
This issue is not going to go away overnight. If I were a business, I'd be looking out the next year to 18 months.
At JoJo's, there's no choice but to close up shop, at least for now.
It's tough. It's really tough.
The owner says that even with the challenges they faced, they still met their goal of connecting with customers and bringing back the magic of toy shopping to Newington.
We did create this. We made what we set out to do, and we're proud of it. We're kind of like going out with our heads held high because this was the dream. We did it.
Now, during this tough time, the owner wants to encourage everyone to continue to support their local businesses. And if you're interested, you'll have a chance to support them one last time when they open their doors for their big farewell sale. That's happening this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Live.
Well, you see what I'm talking about there. I mean, they're talking about toy prices had tripled at the wholesale level. That's the reason I'm saying to you now, if you're going to participate in these toy runs, and just think about all the other entities that are out there, Toys for Tots and everything like that, the shelves may drain pretty quick. They may drain pretty quick. It's best to be on top of it now rather than wait and not be able to purchase anything because of empty shelves. And of course, all this is the result of Joe Biden's policies. Whether it be about the ports, labor, the mandates, the list runs on and on of all the mistakes, and they're not mistakes, they're on purpose. They're on purpose, everybody. So I think it'd be wise to get out there and be proactive on this, especially if you're planning on putting on an event. Be proactive and tell everybody. Pass the word, everybody. make sure you like and share this video so people will hear this. It's best to be cautious rather than wait and have a bunch of heartache. Yeah, that's what we should be doing. And I think that would be wise for all motorcycle clubs and other entities to take action now rather than wait only into November and early December. Just a thought. Just a thought. So this week we have Obama and Biden going to Virginia. I find that interesting. You know, Terry McAuliffe has shit in his mess kit. That's what he's done. When he started taking on parents. Yeah. So now parents across the nation are riled up at what's going on in the schools. And especially the comments coming out of McAuliffe and those like him. But I can't imagine that Joe Biden is going to bring him votes. I'm just saying, everybody. Because right now, you know, the F Joe Biden craze is on. You find it everywhere. There's songs. There's stickers on gas pumps. And let's go Brandon stuff everywhere. Even in the halls of Congress. This congressman said that today or yesterday. Yeah. At the end of his little speech there on the House floor, he said, "Let's go Brandon." I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, I want to play you a video of what the national news is saying about it. You may have already seen it, but you know what? It doesn't hurt. I mean, you know, bikers are busy. You know, they... Ken, yeah, you know, they blacked that out. I had to make it where you could see it. Anyway, bikers are busy. They have jobs. They have kids. They have, you know, just like every other American out there. So they may not have time to see this stuff, or, you know, but just maybe when they get home, they're too tired to go look at it. Who knows? Maybe they're too tired to tune into this podcast. I don't know. I digress, though. But let's take a look at this. If I can get the thing to swing around here. And we'll kill the mic again. I got to find a better way to do this. Here we go.
Glenn Youngkin's taking my words out of context.
Something you mentioned in Tuesday's debate is you said you don't believe parents should be telling schools what to teach. What did you mean by that?
Well, first of all, parents should be telling schools that they want their teachers to be vaccinated.
Do you think parents should have a say in the curriculum?
You don't want parents coming in every different school jurisdiction.
You alluded to parents staying out of this. We just want to make sure that we're understanding you correctly. What is your stance on that as far as what school agendas have to say for the kids?
First of all, this is determined by the State Board of Education and local school boards. And that's where it should be.
Do you still stand by your position that parents should not tell the schools what they should teach?
You do not want 25 parents picking books.
McAuliffe's reply.
We have a Board of Ed and we have local school boards who make the decisions about teaching.
I'm not going to let parents come into schools. I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach. I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
Interesting, huh? He just keeps digging a hole deeper and deeper. Let me shut this thing up. He just keeps digging a hole deeper and deeper. Is what he does. And I can imagine people in Virginia voting for this creep again. I can't imagine. But then again, maybe they're not as stupid as the people in California that reelected their governor. Who's killing that state, by the way. Now, I did spend 5 years in Virginia when I was in the service. But we wasn't there very much because I was in a seagoing part of the Navy. We were gone most of the time. Most of the year. And we'd come back for a few months and then we'd be gone again. Now, I do have relatives up there on the eastern shore on Chicoteague Island. I have one left, Donna. And yeah, I know she's not crazy about this stuff. I know. So let's hope that people in Virginia get some sense about them. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. But I do have another video on that same deal. So let's let's take a look at this one. This is kind of interesting too. There we go.
Talking point, except Chris Rufo found this, Tommy, really interesting. Investigative reporter, he said, we'll pull it up. Scoop. Terry McAuliffe claims that critical race theory has never been taught in Virginia, but I've obtained a memo from the state superintendent directly promoting CRT, calling it an important analytical tool for addressing power and privilege in all Virginia schools. It appears it's not fake, it's not phony, Tommy.
Once again, the Democrats have overplayed their hand. They thought things like critical race theory were going to be more popular. They thought that they could get maybe minorities in this country to jump on board with that. But turns out they were completely incorrect on that. When Barack Obama talks about culture wars, what I see right there is what's called gaslighting. All the Democrats have done, especially in the last 5 years, is create culture wars. They divided us on everything from race, socioeconomic class, who we voted for, and now things such as being vaccinated or unvaccinated, all they do is divide and conquer. And now they're trying to put that on us and trying to talk about trumped up culture wars. This is exactly what they specialize in, is trumped up culture wars. But as I said, I do believe they overplayed their hand.
Let me go back here because there was a part where Barack Obama was saying something. Here we go.
Former President Obama, after he campaigned for Virginia gubernatorial candidate Terry McAuliffe over the weekend, and said this.
We don't have time to be wasting on these phony, trumped-up culture wars, this fake outrage that right-wing media peddles to juice their ratings, and the fact that he's willing to go along with it instead of talking about serious problems that actually affect serious people, that's a shame.
Phony, fake, trumped up, that's what they say about
So anyway, phony and fake, trumped up stuff. That's what. But you know what? That son of a gun right there that we're just speaking, he's the one behind all this destruction. I do believe he's behind it. And he's trying to stay out of the limelight, but they're trying to save this joker in Virginia, Terry McAuliffe. I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work. I think people are pissed off enough that his opponent just might win, his conservative opponent. And he should. He should. But you know what? McAuliffe is not the only one in trouble. Yeah. He's not the only one in trouble. What's that gal's name? Lightfoot in Chicago, the Chicago mayor? Oh, yeah. Seems like right now, as it stands right now, Democrats have had enough of her. So the polls are showing right now she's way, way behind, and there's no opponent yet. Just saying, everybody. Now, they say we're about 16 months out on that, but I don't believe that because the campaigns start in March. That's when things start picking up. That's when they start making promises they won't keep. That's when they get up there and lie to you again and again and again, just like they're doing right now. It'll be just more of the same by Democrats. And why in the world Joe Manchin doesn't switch parties? Because he is a senator from a conservative state. And he is secure in his position. Why he doesn't go ahead and switch parties and quit getting beat up by them bunch of son of a bitches. I don't know why he doesn't. And he should, everybody. Should. So let's hope Lightfoot gets hers with her draconian mandates. And let's hope they all pay for this. They should. They should. But right now, let me show you this one. This is a good one too. I love this when I have it in order, like it's supposed to go. But let's look at this real quick.
Thank you for being with us this morning. I want to hear about the fence, but I'm a native Texan. I'm very familiar with the Texas Air National Guard, the Texas Army National Guard. I was talking with my friend and co-host Pete Hegseth here. Tell me about the Texas Military Department really quickly here. I want to understand its role in Texas and how unique or not this might be in the United States for a Texas Military Department to take matters into its own hands.
Hey, good morning. Thank you. So, Texas Military Department is the pieces that you talked to. It's the Texas Air and Army National Guard and some other resources that make up our state agency. So, as far as what we're doing, under the direction of Governor Abbott and direct support of Department of Public Safety. So, we started initiating what we're calling Operation Lone Star in March of this past year, sir.
And Operation Lone Star entails building, as we understand it, a fence to help, specifically in Del Rio, not just solve in response to what we saw in the past, but what we might know is coming in the future when it comes to these crises of illegal immigrants on the Texas side of the border?
No, absolutely. So there's multiple parts to the mission that we're doing, but as you talk specifically about the fencing, we started that in June of this year, and we worked bringing our military engineers out of the Texas National Guard and starting to work with our great partners in the Department of Public Safety and the Texas Department of Emergency Management and finding ways to construct what we're calling really some temporary border infrastructure to go ahead and get that started in Del Rio after a security summit that the governor hosted in May to discuss some of the issues and concerns by landowners there, sir.
And what does Texas anticipate is coming its way? What will this fence help?
So currently we've constructed about 3 miles of this fencing in the Del Rio area, and have you seen on the news, there's been a lot of illegal crossing into that area, and so with the fence to help with that, we're trying to help our partners both state, locally, and federally, and safeguard Texans and their private property where some of this has been crossing.
Texas stepping up here where others are letting it down. So Lieutenant Colonel, I want to sort of circle back to where we started this interview. So the Texas Military Department is stepping up in this moment of crisis. It has a plan, Operation Lone Star, as you point out. What does the Texas Military Department normally do? Without this type of crisis as its primary objective, what is it normally there to serve?
So the Texas Military Department does, a vast amount of things for deploying overseas for contingency operations with both the Air and the Army National Guard. We also respond to, multiple disasters, hurricanes, flooding, fires, and all the things that you see, are the mission sets that we standard do. Right. And I'll tell you, even with this going on, we're still able to respond to these things, and we continue both training and preparing for those types of missions every day.
Love it.
I find that interesting. Now, I do see Napa. Napa, they said they're putting up 3 or 4 miles of fencing there in Del Rio. Would that take care of it? Or how long is that? How far would they have to go to walk around that? Just asking if you know Napa. So, yeah. It would be interesting to see what happens if they... Now, I did see razor wire at the top of that fence. And they were also putting it at the middle of the fence. That's what they were doing. There are 2,000 people and growing coming this way from southern Mexico. You know, and if I was the governor, what I would do, I would put the word out to the people coming north, don't come here, go to California. Send them there. Send them there. Tell them benefits are better anyway. Go to California. Don't come here. Make it their problem. They like this crap so much. I mean, just how are they going to react if they bum rush this fence or drive something through it? Because these people that are coming our way see nothing they can't get away with because of the policies of this administration. Inviting them on in. Hey, come on in, everybody. Come on in. We're going to take care of you. Come on in. You don't need to get a COVID shot. Come on in, everybody. And what you're going to do, everybody, is break this country. Is what you're going to do. Of course, we know that's the game, don't we? We do. We know what's up. The people coming this way have been told they're going to be taken care of and they're going to get in. So we're fixing here in a minute to start talking about the vax. But I want to bring up one more thing. Well, 2 more, really. Alice Linahan, Women on the Wall, who for probably now better than a decade, because I've known her that long, they've been fighting this school indoctrinations, Common Core and curriculums like that. They've been fighting this stuff for a very long time. And now it's being exposed because of Terry McAuliffe and others like him, and also critical race theory, that the parents are rejecting. Now, she has been at the forefront of this, and if you are a parent, if you're a mom, and make sure you pass it on to the moms, they're going to want to hear what she has to say on Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. She's going to be on our podcast Wednesday night. And of course, tomorrow night, OG and I will be here in studio. And yeah, we'll probably go over some of the stuff I mentioned tonight, just to get his opinion on it. Because remember, OG comes out of the boardroom, and I come out of the assembly line. Yeah. So sometimes we have 2 different perspectives on this stuff. We're probably 99% we agree with each other on most things. Yeah. How are you doing, Mr. Howard? Welcome in from San Antonio. But this, because of what we're going to do here in a minute, when we're going to start talking about something that's controversial on YouTube, we do encourage you to go to Rumble. You'll find us there under TB Radio, the letters TB Radio on Rumble. Because when we get to where we're going to talk about something that we know YouTube's not going to like, we'll kill the stream and we'll continue the stream on Rumble. Now, we hate doing that, but you know what? We've had 2 strikes, and we don't want a third. We want to continue podcasting on YouTube, but they're forcing our hand to kill a stream because they don't believe in free speech. And let me say this, everybody. I want to say this to Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, and all the others that's out there trying to suppress our voices. The pendulum is going to swing. The pendulum is going to swing in 2022. And we're going to make sure you're dealt with severely. We're going to see about that. And what Napa out in West Texas says, and we're talking about that fence they're putting up, he said, not hardly. I'm not sure how much permanent wall has been built there, but Del Rio sector is from Sanderson to below El Paso, 200 miles. So 3 or 4 miles of fence ain't going to get it, Governor Abbott. It ain't going to get it. And no matter how much Fox News is saying you're going to have success, they're going to go around you. Send the word to them now. Go to California. Don't come here. You will be turned back. And then put the manpower to do just that. Send them back. It's what you need to do, Governor Abbott. You need to get it done if you want to remain governor in the next election cycle. You've got to have some success rather than video that shows people just walking on in. And the DPS and the National Guard and the Border Patrol just stands there and watches them. We're sick of it. Sick of it. And Napa is saying they probably putting up chain link barbed wire in strategic crossing places. Well, I hope so, Napa. I hope so. Robert Howard says anything to slow the flow. Well, that's the reason I'm saying go send them to California. Don't let them cross here. Use every method at your disposal to keep them from crossing here into Texas. Send them west. Way west. And you do that right now by letting them know they're not going to get across here. Give them an alternate destination. California would be good in my book. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. Let me see here. You guys, I hate to do this, but I don't have any choice. I can't talk about the things I'm going to be saying here in the next few minutes. I can't talk about it on YouTube. Now, we will be still broadcasting on Rumble. You can find us there when I end this stream on YouTube. And like I said, I hate to do it. But we have no choice. They've left us no choice. And Napper's talking about out there where he is, the terrain is so rough, many of them die trying to cross the mountains. Golly, I hate to be mean, but it happens in the mountains. Maybe that'll discourage them. Yeah. Everybody, we're fixing to end the stream here on YouTube. We will be over at Rumble. And I'm going to finish up there talking about you know what and Dr. Fauci. With that, everybody that's on YouTube, have a good evening. You guys that are on Rumble, I'll be there with you in a minute. Here we go.